What is good, YouTube? Now, usually you see me, I'm streaming, playing the FC, but I want to start doing more YouTube videos. Now I'm gonna need your help. I need you to comment more ideas of me to do on YouTube. Alright? I usually don't do this YouTube videos and stuff, but I want to put the grind in. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not the best talker. I stutter a lot, so I'm bad. I don't want to edit this video too much. Alright, bro? I'm a little lazy on that. But look, today's video, I want to talk about Real Madrid prediction lineup for next season. As y'all know, I am a big Real Madrid fan. Alright? So, yeah. Alright. There we go. You should be able to see this screen. Alright, man. Yeah. I'm a little happy, like excited, you know, because we really don't do YouTube videos like this no more. And I know some of you are more like newer viewers. You know, you're not used to my old videos on YouTube where I used to like just not talk as much in the intros, but now I am going to do that more often since I have a good relationship with y'all, you know. Goalkeeper, we're gonna have, you know, Courtois. I bet I'm saying their name wrong. All right, I would expect to see Asensio right here. Then right here would be obviously the man himself, Dean. No, not that Dean. How did I take him out? No, okay. Not this guy right here. Yeah, sorry for that. Right here, I expect it to be Rudiger. I do want to put Saliba. We could put Saliba there too, but for now we're gonna have Rudiger just because there's no really confirmed news about Saliba going to Real Madrid just yet. Now, obviously, we already know right wing back is gonna be Trent. So we're gonna put Trent right there. Then we're gonna go for our boy Carreras, right? Avro, yeah, Avro. Now, yeah. So defense so far looks like right center back Asensio, left center back Dean, main or middle center back Rudiger, right wing back Trent, left wing back Carreras. It looks like it's gonna be confirmed. Then we're gonna have right here right center mid. I mean, I would expect to see Valverde here. And then right here would be there's a lot of things that could be here, man. It could be Bellingham, Stiller. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of lineups I could think of right now. But just because I know 100% Bellingham's already at Real Madrid, and they already said they're probably gonna have him play as a center midfield rather than a cam, this is how it's gonna probably look. And then cam right here would be probably Arda Güler or Nico Paz. But I'm gonna go for Arda Güler just because I like him more. Now, right striker would probably be Mbappe. Left striker would be Vinny, or left wing, right wing. I don't want to look. When you look at this lineup, right? You know, you can have the right striker and the left striker kind of move more wide, and then the cam could go a little more forward, playing as a striker, kind of. But then again, out of the Güler, I mean, he's a little short. He can't really do no head and accuracy. That's why sometimes I feel like it would be good to put Bellingham right here at the cam, because of, you know, knowing that he's taller than Arda Güler, you know. But Arda Güler as a center back, I don't think he'll be that good because he's not that good at defensively. So I don't know if it'll make sense doing that, right? So this is what I would expect the lineup to look like for next season. Again, if you want, you could take off Arda Güler and put Nico Paz. Again, if you want to take off Rudiger, you could put Saliba there. Again, you could actually have Bellingham play as a cam, and then center mid could be here Stiller, and then Arda Güler could be still the sub for Bellingham, if anything, you know, stuff like that. There's a lot of ways you could think of, you know, but yeah, I get the point. The main thing, though, I will say, though, is that this team right here could look really amazing, but they still want to get another midfield. They supposedly still want to sign another player that's going to be worth more than 100 million, supposedly, this summer. They want to, after the Club World Cup, which it could be anybody. Me, personally, I wanted Wirtz, but I guess that's not going to happen. My bad if I'm stuttering, alright? I'm trying my best. But then, we're looking at something now. We're like, where's Rodrigo at? Now this is when there's another lineup could come in. We could do this, you know. We could have Rodrigo. What? Bad if I'm spelling it wrong. Rodrigo over here. Then we could have Vinny right here. Then we could have Mbappe right here. We could have Trent, Carreras. Just because, you know, I'm used to seeing this lineup in this season, I would expect, you know, Xabi Alonso to still start Valverde and Bellingham, you know. So unless they put Stiller instead, which would be surprising, you know. Again, they're still young and improving, but yeah. Uh, but I still expect them to put Bellingham and Valverde like this in the lineup like that. Again, you could think your own way. There's a lot of ways I could do this too, but the video will be longer if I had to think like more complicated stuff. You know, I mean, I don't know if y'all want me to really make a whole video of each lineups that I could think of that could be for Real Madrid. I mean, I'm just thinking about the main ones right now that I know 100% what might be the one, you know? There's a lot of ways you could think. I could have different players, blah, 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 you know? This is another lineup that could be Xabi Alonso, but I just don't see this working, you know? He already said it that he's going to play with 2 attackers only, it looks like. I don't think he's going to have Rodrigo play as a right winger, like cutting inside or whatever, you know? Usually when he does play like this, like I said, they transition to a cam, and that's how Wirtz would play most of the time, pretty much, making it this type of formation. You know, in the game it looks like this, but in the game lineup, like before the game starts, it looks like this on paper, but during the game it turns something like this. You get me? But I don't know if this is gonna work. You know, maybe Rodrigo could start maybe Sanchez over Vinny to let him rest, or if he does bad or Mbappe, I don't know. All I know though is that this is the only way I could think of to have Rodrigo in here. Again though, I really love Rodrigo, guys. I know this, but I feel like he's not gonna work at Real Madrid. I feel like because he's playing at right wing and he's right-footed, and I feel like him playing at the left side is gonna be really complicated for him because Vinny's there, and it's just gonna be impossible for him, you know. And I feel like the only way I could see him really do good in his career is if he just goes to another club, and I don't want that though. If only he was left-footed, man. If he was left-footed, my days. But this guy probably would have been up there in the Ballon d'Or. I'm not even trolling. Again, I'm used to looking over here at the stream. I don't know why, but I'm not looking at the camera as much. I don't know why. I'm looking at the stream, I guess. I don't know. I'm just used to doing that on TikTok, I guess. I like to look right here, look at myself in the camera, then doing that. I don't know why. I don't think I care, though. You know, what matters is that I'm speaking here facts, right? Hopefully this video isn't bad. Hopefully it looks professional. Again, I'm going to be the one editing the video. It's not going to be no one for me. Not yet. We're not there at that moment. You know, hopefully in the future, though, I can get myself an editor that can make my life easier. But for now, we got to put the work in and we got to start off somewhere. But anyways, let me get some water. I'm thirsty. I've been talking a lot. Hopefully I enjoy that ASMR. Alright, now let's talk about the rules. Alright, we already got the lineups, formations, lineup. So, like I said, if they want to start Rodrigo, this is how it will look. If they want to play how they should play, this should be like this. You know what I mean? I don't want them to force Rodrigo just to play in the squad, knowing that he is good. Trust me, guys, he is a good player, but I just feel like I want Xabi Alonso to play like Xabi Alonso, you know? Whatever. And also, chat, he also said that he already analyzed everyone. He already knows how everyone plays. So he's going to find the best formation, the best, you know, stuff like that. So I hope he got that figured out. But yeah, most of the time, I think he will play this formation. That's my prediction, all right? You know, Rodrigo will probably be as a sub for the left striker, and then right striker will be Endrick since he's left-footed, right? Cam, Arthur Nico Paz, Bellingham, and Stiller maybe. Or, like I said, I don't know. There's a lot of ways. I don't want to make this video too long. I don't want to talk too much, you know, because I like to yap and yap. Valverde, same thing. Stiller, or I don't know. Supposedly they want to get Enzo. I don't know if that's true. And I don't know how that's going to work, like I said. And if they want to bring Nico Paz too, it's like, it's going to be so complicated. I don't know, man. I don't want to talk too much about it, though, because it's just going to make the video longer. And it's going to make it so complicated. You know, there's a lot of ways. It could be Enzo right here next to Bellingham, or it could be Enzo next to Valverde. Then Bellingham's a cam. Then I could keep going. Bro. All right, but you got the point. Right wing back. You know, obviously Trent, we said that, and Carvajal. Left wing back, Carreras, Fran Garcia. But I've been seeing rumors that Fran Garcia might leave, or they're trying to kick him out and have someone else. But I don't want that to happen. You know, Fran Garcia is really good. I like his work rate. Dean with Eder Militao or Alaba. Rudiger, same thing. Eder Militao or Alaba. Maybe maybe Saliba if he joins. Courtois. I want Lunia to stay, and he wants to stay, but supposedly the agent of Lunia, maybe I'm saying the name wrong, wants him out, and I don't blame him. But again, Courtois is getting old, and if we see Courtois losing his form, That means the Ukraine best goalkeeper that saved a lot of shots from Man City last season, helped us pretty much advance. He could start eventually. He just has to be patient. But until then, bro, it's gonna be a little harder for him. But anyways, this video is already 10 minutes long. Wow, I'm already happy for that. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, man. All right, look, if you made it this far, I want you to say ACE, aka Ace, if you made it this far. All right. Anyways, now that we got that settled, right center back should be a ball playing defender. Same thing with the left center back. Now you're probably thinking, well, Asensio doesn't have the best passing, but that's why we have Xabi Alonso. He's a good passer in real life. He was, and I'm expecting him to get players new ways to pass, just to understand the tactics and stuff more better. Again, Eder Militao, when he's at his best, he plays amazing as a ball playing defender. Amazing. Now, yeah, there is some risk, obviously. People could counterattack. Like if they go through, cut in behind or whatever you want to call it, right? But that's why we have fast center backs like Asensio, Eder Militao. Rudiger, I think he isn't slow like that, but he is slow. Dean, I think he's average pace, but But anyways, yeah. And the main center back right here, like Rudiger's at, I think he's gonna be a defender, full defender, and between him, left center back, right center back is gonna be ball playing defender, right? Obviously, right wing back, left wing back, you should know what that is. Basically, playing as a winger, but also defend at the same time. But there is times where Xabi Alonso likes to transform into a forward back, meaning that I would predict Trent will go more up forward, play as a false back, or just be in the wing side and just does insane crosses to Vinny and Mbappe, stuff like that. And then Carreras turns to a left back, full back, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. Oh yeah, and Asensio could play right back basically, so Asensio could just be a right back, full back. We've seen this guy how he defends at the right side. He's amazing there. That's where he got Marmoush ball, I think. It's like this guy's amazing, right? I think the right center mid where Valverde's at is gonna be a deep line playmaker, and then the next to him will be a left center mid that will be box to box. Then Cam will obviously be playmaker, or they could be a shadow striker maybe at the same time. I don't know, but I'd probably say a playmaker, right? So it could be good for Vinny and Mbappe since they're both fast, and that's why I think Arda is the best right here. And Nico Paz supposedly is good too, but I think Nico Paz is more defensive, so he could probably be a center mid. But I don't know. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of voids I could talk about midfield. Keep going. Obviously, Mbappe, Vinny, I expect them to just be full straight up strikers. Mbappe's already used to it. Vinny played as a striker last season, but he did move more into the left side and play as a winger at the same time. So I don't know if it'll be different for Vinny. If he does, I don't know if it's going to take Vinny now some time to adapt to a striker. I would say he could also do like last season and Mbappe, like they transition to like a winger. But then you're going to be like, well, you already have Trent more likely and Carreras playing as a winger kind of, because they're left wing backs. So I would probably just not think that would happen at all, But look, I'm not the smartest guy here. I'm not a manager, but I think Xabi Alonso will figure this all out, and he already knows. But I do. Look, maybe I am wrong about this formation lineup. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe Xabi Alonso might do this one right here. The same thing I said about the roles. It's the same thing with this pretty much. Only difference is that there's no Cam. Now we're gonna have a right winger, probably be an inside forward. Sorry about that. Okay. And yeah. I think I said what I wanted to tell you. If that makes, oh my god, I think I said what I wanted. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Sometimes I would think about what I say because my English is not perfect. Sometimes I feel like my bad, chat or guys, or I'm not even live, but But look, the live is 14 minutes. Damn, dude, this is really different for streaming. I don't want to cut everything out that I'm stuttering, but I think y'all like to see that stutter. Hopefully, y'all found that. Hopefully, I find that funny. All right. Yeah. Anyways, I think this is my prediction lineup of Real Madrid. By the way, if you see these ads, I'm not sponsored, just a website. All right. Anyways, I think I said what I wanted to say. So like I said, there's a lot of ways these formations could be working at Real Madrid. Again, I think these are the main formations that I'm thinking that would work for Real Madrid, knowing that they have the type of players they have. So yeah, it could be either this formation or this. So yeah, I don't think there'll be another formation. Maybe there is another formation that would play. I don't think he'll play a 4-back though. That wouldn't make sense because they're getting left wing backs and right wing backs. Well, Trent's is right back, but he could also play right wing back if I'm not mistaken, basically, because he likes to go a lot of forward, crossing the ball to this place. So it will fit Trent perfectly. And a lot of people say he cannot defend, but you never know. What if he actually does really good in La Liga? And then, yeah. And Carreras, again, if you saw his highlights against Jamal, he was amazing. So I'm really proud of that signing. I think it's going to be confirmed. There's no way I'm getting excited for this. Because, yeah. Also, well, I should have said this in the intro. I'll also say it, though. If anybody here is new, I'll mean a lot. You can subscribe. I'm basically a streamer that just streams on TikTok, plays FC25, and a lot of other games too, sometimes when I want to. But I'm going to start doing that more often, especially for YouTube videos, stuff like that. Now, I'm going to do a lot of YouTube videos. I'm going to think of ideas, and I need your help to also help me with that. So that's why I think I said in the beginning of the video that comment down below for ideas. Y'all could do a Q&A. Just write a whole list of ideas. I don't know why I say me. Anyways, I think this is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoy this. Maybe this isn't the most entertaining video, but if you're eating or if you're doing some schoolwork, have this on the side. Listen to my speaking. I already have a lot of ideas. Maybe try not to laugh videos, FC25 grinding SPCs. Just calm, chill, and videos. I was gonna say stream, but videos. Yeah, man. Now, hopefully, when you're watching this video, I have a good thumbnail. So yeah, I want to have a good thumbnail. Hopefully, it's not bad. If it is bad, let me know in the comments. But if it's really, really good, please tell me in the comments if I did a good job on that. Alright, enough yapping. I keep going. You know how I am, guys. I like to yap. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Comment down below for more ideas that I should do. And again, say ACE if you made it this far. Alright? Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you in the next video. And I'm going to try to upload each day for y'all. Alright? Because I know some of you are still in school. Alright. I'm ending now. Alright. I'm stopping the video. Alright. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.